Kia ora whānau. My name is Sue and I'm the Children and Families Enabler. In this diocese we're incredibly blessed because there are more than 60 programs and ministry programs for children and their families. Many of those are in the week, and in fact there are more today of weekday ministries, about a third more than there are Sunday morning ministries. And you and I might think, well, Sunday is the day that we go to worship. But for a lot of families in society today, Sunday has a very different meaning for them because they are generations away from when church was what the place people went and one of the things that you did on a Sunday. Society has changed. Today in our society there are so many things for families to do, and there are many things for children to do. Often we meet families, don't we, who have every day of the week where there's something that one of their children is involved in. And for them, Sunday represents a day when they can be a family together and do things as families together. As people, we're all looking for connection. We're all looking for somewhere where we can go to build relationships. And this is what the weekday ministries provide for people. They provide a place where families can go maybe to a messy church, where they can be a family together, church during the week. Or they provide a place where an adult can take children and the adult can have more company and the children can have company as well. People are looking for these connections. And there are many of them throughout the diocese that are really flourishing. And it saddens me when I hear sometimes from people that their parish doesn't have any children, when I know that there are flourishing ministries during the week. Maybe 60 plus people, children and families and adults are at those ministries. And you know, those people, they talk about that as being their church. Many times in the years that I've been involved in ministry, a child will tell me with a great deal of pleasure how their grandmother came to town and they went for a driving round and showed them, and how they pointed to the church buildings and said, "That's my church." When that child was a mainly music family and may never ever have been in the church on a Sunday morning. And then the adults who accompany these children, when they're talking to others, they talk about, "I take my child to mainly music. I take them to the church in Motueka. I take them to a playgroup. I take them to Holy Trinity in Greymouth." So to them, that is church. They recognise and they feel that they are part of that church family. The question is, do we see them? Do we, the church and members of the church, do we actually see them as members of our church? Our challenge as a church is to see them and to see each of those children and each of those adults as actually members of the congregation or members of our church, because that's the way that they see themselves. Our challenge is to see them as individuals who would love to be actively discipled and opportunities for us to actively disciple them. That's our challenge. And today I throw that challenge to you. In your church, will you support? Will you see those people as possible people to be discipled? Will you meet that challenge? After all, God has sent those people to us. In Acts it says, Paul said to the people, you know, God has sent us these people. It's our job to work with them. So today's challenge for all of us is, let's work with them. Let's continue the work that God has begun in each and every one of them. Let's take up that challenge that God has put in front of us.